Smith and Jeff Spiedowski are the officials, and the tap controlled by Miami as Kamari Williams comes down with it and gives it to Makai Larry. And we are underway, and there's the man-to-man defense by the Eagles. As you see the starting lineup there for the Redhawks. Important game. Regular starting lineup out there for Miami. This is Aya to the left side. Kamari Williams curls around the screen, leaves it for Aya. Reverse layup is good. Little pick and roll for Miami, and the Redhawks are out in front 2-0.
Yeah, and I don't know how many games Miami has started with this very similar play to get Aya off, and a great look that time by the Red Hawk guard.
You see the starting lineup there with a head fake, and the rise and pop. Knocking it down is Kevin David Rice, freshman out of Flint, Michigan, ties things up.
Yeah, and he's one of 4 freshmen in the starting lineup for this game today. The lone senior is going to be Darren Spotsville.
Stepping back, left corner 3 is off the mark for Miami's Delonte Brown, but Kamari Williams chases down the rebound. Kamari, and check that is Makai Larry looking to step back, and he misses. And Golson with the rebound. That's Colin Golson Jr., freshman out of Detroit, Michigan. Crossover dribble to the left side as Darren Spotsville gives it out to Savicevic. To the right baseline, Golson will rise up from 17. He'll miss that one. And Day Grant with the rebound for Miami.
Yeah, good look that time. Miami kind of left him open. He just couldn't get it down.
Brown gets it to Williams, and now Day Grant in the left corner. He'll rise up for the triple that is off the mark. And Jai with the rebound for Eastern Michigan. Minute and a half gone by, and back-to-back, but only a couple of buckets. We go up and down the floor. Savicevic gives it back out top. Rice with the basketball to Golson. He'll put it on the floor against Delonte Brown. Backing in, turning in, and walked with the basketball. Traveling violation called against Golson and the Eagles, and the ball will belong to the Miami Redhawks.
Yeah, as he tried to spin around to get into the lane, just took that extra step. This is the second meeting between these two teams this year. Eastern won the first one by 10, but remember, they were up by 30 with 15 minutes to go. Miami made a run, just fell a little bit short.
That was the second game that Miami had without the services of Delonte Brown as Day Grant knocks down the 3 off the left side. Miami with a 5-2 lead. Delonte Brown injured his foot in the game prior to that against Ball State, and here tonight, Noah Farrakhan, their leading scorer for Eastern Michigan, injured in much the same way. Came down on somebody's foot and twisted the ankle, and he is in a boot on the sideline. Savicevic fires, misses. Jai with the rebound, had it blocked and knocked away by Precious Aya into the hands of Makai Larry. Leaves it for Day Grant, back to Larry. He'll dribble to the left side of the key, into the paint. The floater is down for Makai Larry. It rolled around and finally went down, and the Redhawks lead it by 5.
Yeah, Larry came up limping just a little bit. We'll have to watch that. He is wincing as he goes back on defense. We'll have to check Larry and see how he does on this defensive possession.
Miami is without the services of Majay White tonight due to illness. So they're a guard down as Spotsville crosses around a screen to Savicevic on the left side. 10 to shoot for the Eagles as Savicevic hits Rice. Deep 3 right side is money. Rice with a couple of baskets for the Eagles, and it's a 7-5 ball game.
Yeah, and if you're Eastern Michigan, you're looking for somebody to step up in the absence of Farrakhan, and so far it's been Rice here early.
Yeah, Kevin David Rice, 5 points in the game, came in averaging 2.5 points. Out front, Kamari Williams, he'll penetrate to the right elbow. 18-footer is short, and the rebound, Jai grabs it for Eastern Michigan. He'll leave it for Spotsville. The senior out of Phoenix, Arizona, takes it across the timeline for the Eagles. 16:30 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, the other thing that Eastern Michigan loses is a true point guard without Farrakhan. Spotsville will bring it up, but he's not really what you would call a lead guard.
Offensive foul called out front on the screen on Mo Jai, the freshman from Centerville, Ohio, kind of coming back to the homeland here. Centerville up near the Dayton area, not too far away. He'll check out as into the game comes Axel Congo. He's a senior out of France. Missouri is where he transferred from. 7-footer, 240-pound, good-looking body out there for Stan Heath's team. McNamara hands off to Day Grant. Got around the big man, finds Delonte Brown, and now Makai Larry. Left corner 3 is wide open. The extra pass pays for Miami, and the lead goes back to 5.
I was going to say, that's exactly what you want to see from this team, is sharing the basketball, and that time it was Delonte Brown finding his teammate Makai Larry in the corner for the easy 3.
Golson on the dribble left side, picks it up, gives it out top to Spotsville. He'll work around the screen, throws it to the left corner. Golson will fire the triple and knock it down. Nice looking shot there by Colin Golson Jr.
Yeah, he's another one of these freshmen that we talked about. 6'6", 230. He's got the body of a senior.
And a whistle foul away from the Burbro. Right now, the Redhawks with a 2-point advantage over the Eagles. Eli McNamara into the game for Miami, replacing Precious Aya. Right side with the basketball as stolen away, and ahead with it is Monty Scott. And leaving it for Spotsville, who misses, and Day Grant with a rebound. Spotsville too hard off the glass, running the other way. Little step through by Day Grant, spun it off the glass and got it down.
Talk about using English that time by Day Grant. Was able to spin it up off the backboard and get it in. I thought there was no way he was going to be able to do that. He was underneath the brim when he threw it up there.
Congo was right there. Nate Scott also into the game for Eastern Michigan. He'll try the three left side and hit it. He had 25 against Miami up there a month ago, and he gets his first shot down here and makes it a 1-point Miami lead.
Also does good damage on the boards, so he's one to watch. Miami needs to do a good job of blocking him out on the offensive end.
Mari Williams with the basketball, gives it out to Larry for Miami with 14 to shoot. He'll work around the screen to the left side. They left him open for a moment. Delonte Brown takes it off the screen, and he'll knock down a triple straight away, and the lead is back to 4.
Yeah, right now Miami's is answering whatever Eastern Michigan throws at them. Both teams red hot right now from the field.
Spotsville out top with a basketball for the Eagles as they'll curl off a couple of screens to Golson. Gives it back to Spotsville to the right side. Baseline, Golson left open out top for three. It's off the mark. Long rebound tapped out of bounds off of Eastern Michigan. It'll go to Miami. Nate Scott the last to touch it, as Derek Ballard Jr. will come into the game. 6'8" redshirt junior out of Southfield, Michigan, comes in for Eastern Michigan. And Congo will go out.
I know it's early, but one stat to watch. Already 3 turnovers for Eastern Michigan, but more importantly for the Redhawks, they've converted those into 8 points, and that's a huge advantage right now.
Kyle Larry down low, leaving it for Eli McNamara. Faking, finding Day Grant left wing, triple. It's good for Day Grant. He has 8. The Redhawks passing like crazy, finding the open man.
Yeah, and shooting the ball extremely well from behind the arc. Love that combination.
13:37 to play in the half. Spotsville to the right side, keeps that dribble, gives it out top to Ballard. Left side, that is Monty Scott for 3. It is off the mark, and Makai Larry taps the rebound as he's falling down to Day Grant, and then he gets the ball back to Larry. To the left side, Delonte Brown triple. It's good. Miami is
a free-flowing offense and get everybody involved.
Moja Eye back into the game for Eastern Michigan. Spotsville will bring it up with 13:10 to go here in the first half. Spotsville to the left side to Rice, back out on top. Back to Spotsville. Down low it goes to Ja'ai. Backing his way in. Offensive foul against Moja Eye. That'll be his second and the team's third.
Yeah, this year we've seen it kind of go both ways that time, but if you dip your shoulder, almost immediately they're going to call that. And you see right there, that second one with that arm, not really fully extended, but it had a little bit of lift to it, and that's what they're going to call there as long as it's outside of that restricted area of the circle.
Okongo back into the game as Jai with that second foul will head back to the Eastern Michigan bench. Under 13 minutes to play in the half. Miami's lead is 10. McNamara right of the key will give it off to Makai Larry, driving to the basket. Getting cut off by the big man, has it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Miami. 18 to shoot for the Redhawks.
Yeah, that time Larry just got kind of trapped on the baseline and nowhere to go, and they used it as the extra defender. And he did a smart thing, was able to knock it off of an Eastern Michigan player.
Isaiah Coleman lands into the game, finds Day Grant left corner, hits the triple. Day Grant with 11 points in the ball game, 13-point Miami lead.
Right now, that left corner is their go-to spot for the Redhawks right now. They are finding some opening there no matter who it is.
12-0 run by Miami, all on triples. 4 straight from outside the arc. Nate Scott working the baseline to the right side. Rice, deep three is no good. He was about 8 feet behind the arc on that shot.
Yeah, that just hit kind of the backside of the flange.
Makai Larry finds Delonte Brown. Gives it back out top to Larry, 17 to shoot. Right of the key, it goes to McNamara, working on a Congo. Lost the handle out of bounds. A turnover against Miami. As into the game for Eastern Michigan will come Luka Savicevic back into the game. He is a freshman out of Macedonia. And into the game for Miami. Actually not being able to get into the game in time. Javen Etzler is going to have a seat at the scorer's table. Savicevic will bring it up for the Eagles. Under 12 minutes to go here. Screen set to the right. Feeds out top to Nate Scott. Fakes, lost the handle, stolen away. Makai Larry on the run the other way against Savicevic. Lays it up with a left hand and scores.
Yeah, another turnover, and Miami was able to convert. On the other side, Miami has turned it over twice. Neither time Eastern has been able to collect points off of that turnover.
14-0 run by Miami. 11.5 minutes to go in the half. Spotsville around the screen to the right side, to the basket. Leaning in, going up and under, shot partially blocked.
In the country for freshman scoring, leads the MAC in freshman scoring, and well, it would have been nice to see him play one more time this year here. And he's really been a catalyst. Also running the point really starts the offense with him.
His brother Monty Scott is out there, the senior out of New Union, New Jersey, gets fouled off the right side. Eli McNamara will pick up the foul, his first, team's first. It was before the shot, and the Eagles will have the basketball out of bounds. Baseline right side of their basket. It'll be brought in by Kevin David Rice.
Yeah, just the first team foul for the Redhawks, 3 on Eastern Michigan so far here early.
Get it into Savicevic out top. Mar Avance into the game along with Shaven Etzler. They pick and roll to a Congo. He throws it too hard up off the glass, but got his own rebound and throws it out to Savicevic with 9 to shoot. Savicevic around the screen, driving, pulling up from 12. He'll miss everything. 1 second on the shot clock, and that'll be a 30-second violation.
Yeah, pretty good defense that time by the Redhawks, and you know, a couple times Eastern had decent shots, not even to hit the rim on those really cost them there.
That's one of those things a Congo would, I'm sure that Stan Heath will tell him, hey, just go in and rip down the rim. I mean, he was right at the rim and just threw it too hard off the glass.
Yeah, got a little bit of pressure, but really it was just a flat-out miss on that point. And yeah, I agree. When you're right there, just flush it. Easy for me to say.
Yeah, well, exactly. I can't even touch the net. A Congo goes out as Golson is back in, leaving it left side. Isaiah Coleman lands. He'll enter the triple parade for Miami. Hitting one from the left side, and Miami now on a 16-0 run and leads it by 18.
Yeah, again, you know, you hate to rely on the three, but when you are in the zone like this team is, you just keep going until you start to miss.
Golson hands the ball away, stolen away by Dede Grant. Grant crossing over, gets fouled by Monty Scott, his first, team's fourth.
Yeah, he knew. Actually, Monty Scott did a really good job of taking away the lane and forcing him either to pull it back out or do what he did, try and go behind the back, and he ended up fouling him. But good positional defense that time by Scott getting back. James
Beck, senior out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, coming into the game for Miami, replacing Eli McNamara. Beck, hampered with injury for most of the season, has been playing pretty well. Inbounds it goes to Javen Etzler, and he'll score off the right side on the inbound. And the lead is now 20 for Miami.
Yeah, really easy inbounds play. I think Eastern Michigan just fell asleep there and not covering Etzler.
Golson double teamed, has the ball stolen away. Good defense by Miami. Dede Grant leaves it for Mar Avance to the basket with the left hand. He scores.
Yeah, a lot of that is in transition. So not only are they getting layups off the transition, more importantly, they're getting open threes off transition as well.
Spotsville back into the game for Eastern Michigan as Savicevic has it out top on the left side, guarded by Avance. Throws it to Spotsville in the left corner. Golson posting up low. He'll take the ball against James Beck. Backing in with the left, bounces it too high, goes back to the left. Nice jump hook by Colin Golson Jr., and that'll end the 15-0 run by Miami.
Yeah, and what he did really there was patience. He showed patience on the baseline, got into his shooting area, and was able to get it down.
Dede Grant, left side with a basketball. Fires the three left side. It's off the mark. Wide right. First miss in a while by Miami. 33-13. 20-point lead by Miami.
Yeah, one of the first times they really shot a rushed and forced shot, I thought.
Spotsville right to the basket. Hard off the glass, and he got it down. Darian Spotsville. And back-to-back buckets by the Eagles. And showing some offensive life here just past midway of this first half. Avance around a screen to the top of the key. Right side, Dede Grant with it. Behind the back dribble, keeps the dribble to the free throw line. He'll lean in from there. Off the glass, he got it down. Dede Grant, 13 in the game.
Yeah, for most people, he'd say, oh, that's a lucky shot the way he threw it up. Yeah. If you watch him before and after games, he is out on this floor constantly shooting shots exactly like that.
Spotsville, a little fake to the baseline. Throws it to Savicevic, right side. Down low it goes. This is Jihad with the basketball. Stolen away for a moment. Got it back, though. 14 to shoot. Left side, Savicevic driving. pulling up. 8-footer is another air ball, but a rebound by Golson. It goes in, and he is fouled.
Solid job by Golson on the backside to get that offensive rebound and go right back up with it. You see him just only takes it down to his chest level and then goes straight back up and gets the foul.
Isaiah Coleman-Lands gets the foul. That's his first and the team's second, and Golson to the free throw line for the and one, a 64% free throw shooter. Eagles shoot it at 70% as a team, and that one rattles in, and there's 8 first-half points for Colin Golson Jr., and he's averaging 7.5 a game, so already right at or above his average.
Yeah, Miami doing a lot of this damage in the last 5 minutes with Delonte Brown and Precious Aya on the bench.
Coleman-Lands feeding to the corner. Mar Avance fakes the three, drives baseline, gets it back to Beck. He'll hand it. Actually keeps it there at the wing against Golson. 9 to shoot. Turning back to the basket. Going to go up with her left hand, miss it, and the rebound pulled out of there by Spotsville. Didn't take it up strong and cost him a bucket. Savicevic the other way across, around the screen, I should say, to Golson right side. And spinning, and 7-2 over Miami. Redhawks, Mar Avance brings it up. Delonte Brown and Kamari Williams back into the game for the Redhawks. Coleman-Lands comes and gets it on the left side. He'll work around a Beck screen to the top of the key. Leaves it for Avance. Back out to Coleman-Lands working left side. Underneath, they go to Delonte Brown. Great pass from Isaiah Coleman-Lands to Delonte Brown for his 8th point.
And that opened up because of miscommunication between the defense of Eastern Michigan. They ended up doubling the ball, and nobody took the man down low.
Marion Spotsville putting it on the floor, going to the basket, blocked, and we will have a jump ball, and the possession arrow will favor Eastern Michigan. Kamari Williams showing his hops, getting able to get up and block that shot.
And we profiled Kamari before the game, and that's one of the reasons he has been a real spark here the last 2 to 3 weeks. First off the bench and now in the starting role, offensively and defensively.
Savicevic inbounds it to Jihad. Right side three is short. Bounces up and over the backboard off the iron, and it'll belong to Miami. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the half. Precious Aya returning to the Miami lineup as James Becks will head to the sideline.
Yeah, Miami now just has to control it a little bit. I'd like to see them try and get the ball down low a little bit more and try and work in the paint and draw some fouls. Only 4 fouls so far against Eastern Michigan. Monte
Brown to Aya, left side Williams. He's going to give it out to Mar Avance. Right side Coleman-Lands. Thought about going down low, instead drives, gives to Avance left side. And he'll have to back it out. Now fires from 19, misses, and Spotsville the rebound for Eastern Michigan. Good job by Darian Spotsville, chasing the defensive rebound. Savicevic leaves it now to the left side. Golson out top. Savicevic, he'll put it on the floor. Step back jumper is off the iron, no good. And Mar Avance with the rebound for the Redhawks. Approaching 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Delonte Brown to the key. He's going to go to work on Yusuf Jihad. Now gets it in the corner. Open triple is off the iron, no good. And Golson with the rebound for Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, and he missed that shot, but that's what makes Delonte Brown so difficult. He's posting up 1 second, then he steps out for the three-pointer right after that.
Savicevic, right side, thought better of it, goes down low to Golson. Going to work on Aya, stepping across the lane, and that's a line drive jump hook by Colin Golson Jr. He's got 10 in the game for Eastern Michigan.
And that's the one place that Eastern Michigan has been consistently successful, is down on that right block and getting somebody. That time it was Golson.
Mar Avance bounces it, knocked away. Eastern Michigan on the run to Monty Scott. He's going to take it in, put it off the glass and score. First points of the game for Monty Scott, and the Eagles back to within 14.
And that's that senior leadership and ability. He used his body to shield Mar Avance away from the basketball so he could make an easy layup.
Precious Aya, top of the key to the right side. It goes to Coleman-Lands around the screen, leaving it for Aya to the basket for an easy lay-in. Another pick and roll for Precious Aya. He scores his 4th point, 39-26 Miami.
Same play we saw to open the ball game for open the scoring for Miami. This time, though, from the right side. Earlier, it was from the left.
Savicevic around the screen to the left side, spinning back to the baseline, getting cut off. Gives it to Spotsville out top. Right side, Scott. Monty Scott putting it on the floor. kind of lost his footing, had to get rid of it. Gives it back to Spotsville. Spotsville shot rejected again by Kamari Williams. 3 seconds to shoot for Eastern Michigan as Makai Larry will come into the game.
Yeah, Spotsville, a little bit of a push off there. I like the referees. They didn't call anything, and then Williams righted himself and still got the shot blocked.
Spotsville looking to get it in. Does to Savicevic. He'll fire a quick three right away and miss it. And Kamari Williams lost the rebound to Jihad, who puts it off the glass, no good. Tap up is good for Jihad.
Yeah, just too big that time for Williams once he got the offensive rebound. And a good persistence that time by Eastern Michigan, crashing the boards.
Back to a 14-point Miami lead as Aya gets held out front by Golson. That'll be his first foul and the 5th against Eastern Michigan. 4:07 to go in the half.
Yeah, Miami now needs to just settle down a little bit. You know, Eastern has made a run. They've done a good job offensively getting some easy shots. Miami now just needs to settle down here on the offensive end and, again, try and work the ball around and really share the basketball like they were earlier.
Coleman Lands working to the left side for Miami. Brings it back out between the circles with 10 to shoot. Aya around, sets the screen, and Coleman Lands finds Kamari Williams, top of the key, buries it. First basket for Kamari Williams, a challenge three, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, Spotsville was right there on his shot, but Kamari Williams, the focus on the rim, and was able to get it to go.
8th three of the night. Rebound tapped out. Coleman Lands will run the other way. Doesn't have numbers. He's just going to spot up for three and rims out. And the rebound by Jihad. Up ahead it goes to Savicevic.
I know the Miami shooters have been feeling good, but that one was probably a little bit rushed.
Scott high on the right side with the basketball, putting it on the floor. Offensive
equal, I'd say, in the last 8 minutes or so.
Redhawks with the basketball. Makai Larry will bring it across the timeline. Day Grant back out there for the Redhawks. He's got 13 first half points. Got a good rest on the bench. Down low it goes to Delonte Brown, quickly off the glass and over top of Jihad. That's 10 in the first half for Delonte Brown, and the lead is 20.
And you don't see the big-to-big on a bounce pass like that very often, but a perfect pass as that came up waist high to Delonte Brown. He didn't have to go to the ground to get the basketball.
Darian Spotsville with it right side. Golson trying to post up. Instead, they go top of the key to the baseline left side. This is Jihad, little shake and bake. He's going to go to work on Delonte Brown. Turn from 10. It is short. Rebound tapped around and out of bounds. And it will belong to Miami as Golson is the last to touch it.
Yeah, and 5'8" Makai Larry right in the middle of that mix, trying to keep the ball alive for the Redhawks, and they were able to get it off of the Eagles.
2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Down pass to Aya, right side of the key. Out top again to Delonte Brown. 15-foot floater is good. He picks up right where he left off. 15 in the game for Day Grant, and the Redhawks lead equals their largest at 22.
Yeah, Mr. Consistency, Day Grant, again, looks like a tough, difficult shot, but he makes it look so easy because that's what he practices.
Spotsville right side to Golson. He'll go to work on Precious Aya, backing his way in. Double team comes. Rice driving to the baseline, pulling up from 10 and knocking it down. Kevin David Rice hit the first two shots of the ball game for Eastern, and that's his third bucket.
Yeah, one of the guys that can really create his own, and that time he was able to get the defense down a little bit, and then the step back fadeaway goes in.
Makai Larry out top with the basketball, gets a screen from Aya, keeps that dribble, and rises up over Savicevic, misses the triple, and Jihad the rebound for Eastern Michigan. 90 seconds to go here in the first half.
And that's an offensive possession that Coach Owens does not want to see, just one guy touching the basketball.
Savicevic, deep three, barely catches iron, but Jihad with the rebound. He'll put it on the floor, and that is an offensive foul. Nice job by Precious Aya staying outside of that restricted area. Got there and drew the foul, and Jihad gets his first and the team's 7th.
Yeah, and I don't know how many of those. I wish we tracked how many of those that Precious Aya has taken this year. It's got to be close to 20 charges
at least, yeah,
that he's taken that way.
That we have seen. Day Grant out top to Aya, left side Makai Larry. He'll drive, hang, miss it, as nicely done by Kevin David Rice. As he got a hand on that, I think, changed the shot. Gives it out top to Jihad. He'll give it to Spotsville. Spotsville around the screen to the left of the key. Lobs it out of bounds. Threw it over top of the head of Golson. Not sure where he thought Golson was going. Axel Okongo back into the ball game for Eastern as Jihad will go out with 47.5 seconds to go.
Yeah, he threw it to where Golson was. I think Golson thought he would try to bail him out by going to between the circles, and as he was on his way there, Spotsville just threw it over his head into the crowd.
Kyle Larry driving to the right side. Bounces it down low, tried to bounce it to Aya, and he will bounce it out of bounds. 35.4 seconds to go in the first half. And into the contest, Nate Scott returns for Eastern Michigan. Okongo will go out. And also up off the bench is Monty Scott. And Darian Spotsville will head to the sideline.
Just a foul differential of 7-2. Says two things. Number one, the officials are letting them play. Only 9 combined fouls. If you're Eastern Michigan, though, you're not being aggressive enough, I don't think. They need to do a better job of getting the ball into the lane, either getting shots or force Miami foul.
Savicevic out top with the basketball. About a 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Eastern going to run it down here with 10 to shoot. Savicevic against Makai Larry. Golson setting the screen. Savicevic right side. It goes to the corner. Nate Scott will fire the three and bury it. Challenge. Nate Scott has 6 in the ball game. And that'll be the end of the first.
If you're Eastern Michigan, maybe that's what you do. You flip the script and try and make it into a physical basketball game to try and get back in it.
Starters for both teams out there as we are underway in the second half. This is Aya with the basketball. Leaves it for Day-Day Grant underneath. Pick and roll. Reverse layup is good. And things in the second half began just as it did in the first half with an Aya layup.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time they've run that play. All 3 times easy layups for Aya.
Spotsville around the screen out front to Golson. He'll dribble once, twice to the left side and bring it back out to Spotsville. Around the screen to the left side. Day-Day Grant falls down. This is Rice out top with the basketball for Eastern to the corner. Savicevic leaves it for Jai, who slams it down. His first points of the ball game. Nice passing inside by the Eagles there.
Yeah, Savicevic did a great job of drawing the defense and then just laid it off to the big guy in an easy flush.
Kamari Williams to Aya, left side. Day-Day Grant, who has 15. He spins around a screen to the baseline. Tries to go up and under, nothing there. To Aya, back to Grant in the corner. He'll fire the three from there. It's too strong, and the rebound chased down by Rice for Eastern Michigan. A little more than a minute gone here in the second half, and this is Kevin David Rice with the basketball right side for Eastern. Jai trying to get position inside to come out to Spotsville. Savicevic down to Golson. Double team coming, ball knocked away into the hands of Savicevic with 8 to shoot. He'll work around the screen. Gives it back to Jai, firing the three. It is off the mark, and the rebound to Kamari Williams of Miami.
Yeah, and credit Precious Aya. He got in the face of the shooter and made it a really tough fall-away jumper.
Kamari Williams left elbow knocks down the 15-footer for his 5th point.
Yeah, and he was a little bit quiet in the first half. But again, he can really be a spark, and he hits his first shot here in the second half.
Savicevic leaves for Rice out top. Bounces it right of the key to Golson. Golson back to Savicevic around the screen, down the lane, off the glass and in. Nice move by Savicevic as he gets his first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, he got his shot through 2 Miami defenders trying to get the block, Aya and Brown.
Makai Larry gives it right side to Kamari Williams, back to Larry. Delonte Brown takes the three, gives to Makai Larry, who fires the three and misses. Long rebound chased down by Rice for Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, that one was maybe just a step too deep for Larry and a little out of rhythm.
Spotsville working down the lane, had the defense turn but misses the layup. Rebound grabbed by Golson. His shot is up, yes, and a foul against Precious Aya. Golson doing some work down low. He's got 12 in the game for the Eagles and can bring it back to a 14-point Miami lead after the foul from Aya.
And we talked about that rebounding advantage, and they are again hitting the offensive boards hard, are the Eagles. And you know, this is the exact way they got their the one free throw in the first half was again off of a 3-point opportunity.
Golson made that free throw, misses this one, and Delonte Brown with the rebound for Miami.
But that's a good way that Eastern can get back in this ball game, is crashing the offensive boards. You really got nothing to lose at this point.
Down low off the screen, and a great pass from Day-Day Grant to Delonte Brown for 12th point of the night for Delonte Brown.
Yeah, Brown did a good job to lose Golson through the crowd and then was wide open, and a good find to get him the layup.
Ball knocked away, but into the hands of Golson for Eastern Michigan at the free throw line. It's Spotsville right side around the screen, pick and roll, trying to work for them, and Precious Aya with the block, but blocks it right into the hands of Ja'ai, who gets his second dunk of the half.
Yeah, and that was, I'd love to see that in slow motion, the two meeting above the rim, but Miami got the best of the first play, but a good follow-up by Eastern to get the basket.
Larry left side with a basketball for the Red Hawks. Again, the pick and roll for Precious Aya, and Eastern just has not had an answer for that play. 8 points in the game for Precious Aya.
Yeah, and all four of those baskets are on the exact same play.
Spotsville, left side Rice. He'll penetrate, fire from 15 and knock it down. Nice looking shot. He's got 9 for Kevin David Rice.
And what opened that up was that very quick first move. As soon as he got the basketball, he had Day Grant going the opposite direction, and he moved into the middle of the paint for the floater.
Aya working left side to Larry, driving through, and he's going to get fouled.
Really improved over his 3 years, and really a complete ball player now.
Ja'ai picked up the foul. He leaves as Okongo is back in after the timeout for Eastern Michigan. Day Grant out top to Larry on the right side. And Delonte Brown has to check the basketball with 7 to shoot to Mekhi Larry. Back to Delonte Brown. Open 3 is short. And Larry with the rebound. And he is out of bounds. It'll belong to Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, Larry came flying in for that rebound. And before he could knock it off of the Eastern player, he stepped on the baseline.
Get a look at it here. Long rebound. And he came down on that line. And Bill Eck, the official, right there to make the call. In Spotsville, hands it left side, gets the ball back out top. Crossover dribble and a nice one to the basket and draws the foul. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2 as Precious Aya comes up injured on the play. The foul is on Aya, his second, team's first of the half, and he took one to the hand, I think, there.
Again, that's what I thought we would see Eastern Michigan do, being a little bit more aggressive going to the basket. We've seen that here in the second half.
He's going to stay in the game.
I think he's got to stay for that first free throw.
Ready to check into the game after the free throws is Eli McNamara and Isaiah Coleman-Lands for Miami. Free throw by Spotsville is well short. He's only a 52% free throw shooter on the season. So Aya will go to the bench, and Coleman lands into the game for the Red Hawks as Larry will get a rest. He makes the second one. Darian Spotsville with 3 points in the ball game, and it's back to a 14-point margin. It's as close as Eastern has been since that lead was 22.
Yeah, Miami's got to be careful. They've got to start getting some better looks at the basket here on the offensive end.
It closed the gap here in the first 5 minutes of the second half. McNamara hands it out to Day Grant. Left side it goes, and Eli McNamara drawing a crowd down low, working against Golson. Spinning back with the left hand, and the jump hook is good for Eli McNamara. His first 2 points of the ball game.
Yeah, that's a perfect spot where being left-handed really is to your advantage, as he's able to spin to the baseline and that little half hook over the defender.
Golson out front, gives it to Rice. He'll drive to the corner. Miami switches on the screen, and Spotsville gets it back to Rice. Down low, ball knocked away, and it's last touched by Kamari Williams as it goes into the Eastern Michigan bench. It will belong to the Eagles, 14:25 to play.
Yeah, credit Delonte Brown coming over the top without fouling to get the knock away, and it did go off Kamari Williams before it headed out of bounds.
Spotsville coming to get the basketball. Instead, they go to Congo, and now to Spotsville. 9 to shoot. Around the screen. Out top, Golson will put it on the floor. He'll spin down the lane, gets fouled, counted and one. Nice move by the freshman out of Detroit, leading Eastern with 14 points in the game, and he'll get the and one here off the foul from Delonte Brown.
Yeah, if you're Delonte Brown, just let him go at that point once he gets by you. But if you're going to foul, make sure you get your money's worth and don't allow the shot to get up just a little bit on the arm. But when you see Golson hasn't missed many days in the gym, so he's going to fight right through that with his strength. And
sure, Eastern Michigan's football coach is talking to him about tight end. He has got that kind of body. Eli McNamara gives the ball to Day Grant. 14 minutes to go. Grant will tee up a three and miss it, and the rebound is out to Okongo.
Yeah,
quick shot there by Miami.
Yeah, and he was off balance. He was kind of leaning, fading a little bit to the right, and that's where the ball went.
This is Golson out top. Monty Scott, deep three is down and comes back out. And a whistle and a foul will go against Miami's Eli McNamara. Congo with a nice box out down low on the rebound. McNamara picks up his second. That's the team's third. As Savicevic is back into the game for the Eagles, and Mo Jai is also back in.
You know, no matter what happens in this game, if you're Eastern Michigan, you got to be really excited about the future. There's 9 freshmen on this roster. 4 of them got the start today, and guys like Golson and a couple of the other ones, Rice, really solid. And of course, Farrakhan is not even playing.
Farrakhan's not even playing today. Inbounds, it comes to Jai. He'll go to work on McNamara on the right side of the block, turning with a left hand and scoring. Nice move, Jai. 6 points all here in the second half, and the lead is 12.
And he's another one of those freshmen out of Centerville, Ohio. We talked about it earlier. You know, this is a bright future with this Eastern Michigan team for sure, no matter what happens in this game.
Kamari Williams picks it up, gets it to McNamara, now to Beck, to Coleman Lands. 12 to shoot for Miami, 13-20 to go in the ball game. Coleman Lands leaves it for Beck. He'll put it on the floor. Feeding to the right side. Kamari Williams draws the foul and gets the basket. Kamari Williams hanging off the right side of the hoop. Got it up in the air and draws the foul.
And there were more players prone on the ground at the end of that play than there were upright. As you see 3 guys go down. But Kamari Williams was able to focus on the rim, knowing he was going to get undercut, and was able to get that shot in.
Foul called, and it will be against Eastern Michigan. And at the line, making the three-point play is Kamari Williams. He's got 8 points in the game, and the lead is back to 15 for Miami. Coming up on the 13-minute mark. That foul was on Jai. That was his 4th. He stays in the ball game. Savicevic to Rice. Golson, right side. He's been the hot hand, and he walked with a basketball.
Yeah, he's turned the ball over a couple of times on a similar move where he knows what he wants to do. He just gets, as you said before, he's a little too quick with his actions, and that's at least twice that he's traveled because of it.
Jihad ready to check in at the scorers table for Eastern Michigan as Beck handles out top to Coleman Lands for Miami. Throws it to Day Grant in the left corner. He'll go to work on Savicevic. Misses the bank shot, and the rebound out to Jai. Savicevic around the screen. Leaves it for Jai. He'll put it up. Draw the foul on James Beck. Beck collects his first 4th team foul as the Eagles trying to get it inside, and as you said, draw the fouls, get a little contact going, get to the line, and score without the clock running.
Yeah, and that's the exact same play Miami's been running for Aya. You get the guard to pull the defender up, and then that little leave drop pass to the big, cutting to the basket, and they haven't been able to stop Aya doing it, but they were able that time to get it on the offensive end.
Aya knocks down the free throw. 7 points here, all in the second half. We see all kinds of shoes, but you know, when you want to wear 2 different ones, you adjust, and you're 7 feet tall. Go right ahead, young man. Second one is good. A 52% free throw shooter knocks them both down.
There's a couple Eagles out there that are sporting the different sneaks there's on each foot.
We see it all these days. Eli McNamara with a basketball to James Beck. 12:15 to go. Day Grant, free throw line floater is up and good. Just throws it up in the basket. Scotty's 17th point.
Yeah, that was the problem with those threes. He was too stationary. He's got to be moving and sliding, and again, able to get it in on a very tough angle.
Coleman Lands, as he is guilty of the foul on Monty Scott off the right side. 5th team foul already against Miami. Coleman Lands picks up his 2nd. Common foul will give the Eagles the ball. Baseline right side of their basket. 12:03 to go.
Yeah, already more fouls called here, or as many called here in the second half as we saw in the entire first half. And it's kind of reversal. Miami getting most of the whistles against them this half.
Jai put in on the deck. Lobs it out to Savicevic, and Kamari Williams will bring it in for the Redhawks as they have the 15-point advantage with 11:50 to go.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll get recognized, but you also want to recognize the band for all that they
absolutely
bring to the atmosphere of the arena as well.
Coleman lands right elbow through back out to Coleman lands. Leaves it for Beck, driving inside, putting it up with the right hand, missing, tap up, no good. Beck got it back. His shot blocked though, knocked away and picked up by Makai Larry, then stolen away by Savicevic.
Yeah, both teams really going after the basketball, not being as protective of it as they should.
A Congo with the rebound off the miss by Monty Scott, puts it up and in for his first two. And that'll make it a 61-48 ball game.
And honestly, that's what's keeping Eastern Michigan in this ball game right now here in the second half, is crashing the offensive boards and getting putbacks.
Makai Larry double teamed on the baseline, looking for help, has it knocked away. Good hands by Spotsville as he comes up with the steal. 10:51 to go. Eagles trying to make a run. Spotsville around the screen, right down the lane to the right side, and walking with the basketball is Yusuf Jihad. And the turnover will give it back to Miami as Precious Aya returns to the game for James Beck. Delonte Brown coming in along with Dede Grant for the Miami Redhawks. McNamara will go out, and Kamari Williams goes out for the Redhawks.
Yeah, let's see what Miami does here offensively with Aya back in there and Brown. A little bit more of a low post offensive presence.
Aya, double team coming. Doesn't happen, and behind the back to the outside it goes to Larry. He'll fire the triple. It is off the iron, no good.
That time I think the extra pass caught Miami because I think Brown had a better look than Larry did.
To the corner it goes. Nate Scott rises, fires. It went down and came out. Rebound tapped into the hands of Dede Grant for Miami.
And that time he didn't get the rebound, but Precious Aya did a much better job of blocking out underneath.
Coleman lands, hits Dede Grant in the left corner, driving against Spotsville, putting it up, spinning with the left hand, no good. Rebound tapped out to Makai Larry with 10 minutes to go in the ball game. This time Dede Grant faking, firing, scoring. Nice move with a head fake this time by Dede Grant. He has 19.
And again, I like that possession. Miami didn't settle for the outside shot. They had a couple of opportunities at it. Couple of kicks at the can, and they were able to take it inside and get a layup.
Scott to the free throw line, gives it out to Nate Scott. He'll drive this time and draws the foul. Driving down the right side of the lane and picks up the foul on Delonte Brown. That'll be his second, team's seventh.
Yeah, there you see the reach in from Brown early, and it'll send him to the line.
Nate Scott, senior out of Naperville, Illinois, Northern Illinois transfer. Good-looking player, averaging 8 points. He had 25 against Miami on the 29th of January.
Yeah, he and Farrakhan really led that team. Farrakhan with 28 in that game, and again, they were up by 30. Miami made a late run, but a really impressive performance that night for Eastern Michigan.
81% free throw shooter, gets 1 of 2 there, makes it a 14-point Red Hawk lead. 9:37 to go. Lots and lots of time left in this thing. Left to the key, it goes to Aya. He'll hand it out to Dede Grant. Fires the three, it's off the iron, no good. And Nate's got the rebound for the Eagles.
Yeah, Miami is really struggling from behind the arc here in the second half. As hot as they were in the first half, they're that cold here in the second stanza.
And the pick and roll for the jam to Jai. He has 10 points all in the second half, and it's back to a 12-point margin for Miami. Ohio by 2 as we're back to action here. Miami with the basketball out of the timeout. 12-point advantage, as close as Eastern has been since midway through this first half as they use the pick and roll down to Aya. He gets the ball in the paint and draws the foul. Yeah, Monty Scott picks up his third, team's third.
And look, Eastern recognized that play a little bit earlier, but still not quick enough. And so they were forced to foul because Scott was just a little bit late to the party.
Makai Larry working left side, gets it to Dede Grant in the corner against Spotsville. Back to Larry, 14 to shoot. He'll work against Savicevic. Drives past him, pulls up, jumper rattles down and comes out for Makai Larry. So a lid on the basket of sorts here for Miami in the second half, where they were so hot in the first half.
Yeah, to hang on now, they're just going to have to play solid defense. If the shots aren't falling for you, then you need to ratchet it up on the defensive end.
Savicevic, cross-court pass, goes to Monty Scott. That's an offensive foul, came up with the arm, and Monty Scott has 4 fouls. And that's the team's 4th as well. Golson back into the game for Eastern Michigan. Nate Scott will go out.
Yeah, it's inadvertent, but you can see there he just cleared out high on Day Grant because he was bent down a little bit. But again, you extend that arm and there's contact, they're going to more often than not whistle you for that offensive push-off, and that's exactly what they did that time against Monty Scott.
8:20 to go. Red Hawks with the basketball and a 12-point advantage. Aya leaves it for Day Grant. Again, down low to Aya. Got the position inside and scores on the pick and roll again. He's got 10, all off the pick and roll.
And what you said is exactly right. Position. He was able to get in front of Savicevic and not allow him to get in front to defend it. And then it was just an easy layup from there.
Savicevic all the way to the basket, left it in the corner. Spotsville 3 is off the mark. Rebound out of bounds to Miami off the hand.
The last time we see him dressed in Miami white here on this floor.
Yeah, from Bayelsa State, Nigeria, has a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and is working on his 2nd master's degree from Miami University. He is definitely one of the good ones here at Miami University. Aya has the ball out top. He'll hand it out to Day Grant, curls to the right side, and out top it comes to Delonte Brown, left wing. 3 is no good, and that is Mo Jaya back into the game. He had the rebound, and here comes Savicevic out top with it. Bounce pass to the right side. It goes to Rice, down low to Jai. Double team there, dribbles out of it. Savicevic lobs it to the left side to Rice, has to chase down the pass. Gives it to Jai, back to Rice, putting it on the floor to the basket and lays it up and in. Nice curl off the screen by Kevin David Rice as he has 11 in the game, and it's back to 12.
Yeah, he got a good screen that time. That cut off Isaiah Coleman lands, and he was on a freight train right to the hole.
Day Grant, top of the key, leaves it for Mekhi Larry. Recycles the offense to the left elbow. Out top to Delonte Brown. Fakes, gives it back to Larry. 12 to shoot. To the right side, Coleman lands down the lane to Aya. Nowhere to go with it. 8 to shoot to Coleman lands. Right side, Larry. Larry fakes, behind the back dribble. Step back 3 off the left side is off the iron. No good. Nice box out by Jai as the Eagles have the board and a chance to cut further into the lead here with 6:23 to go in the basketball game.
Yeah, Miami's got to be careful because, you know, that 10-point mark, that double-digit mark is very key, even if it's just mentally. Then Miami's got to continue to lead by at least 10 here.
Savicevic to Rice, driving baseline, step back 17-footer as well short, and Aya and Jai bouncing around with a rebound as that ball bounces off of Jai and hits Mekhi Larry out of bounds. It'll belong to Eastern Michigan. A look at it here.
I think the official, I think it hit his on the
leg.
foot.
Yep. Golson back into the game. Jihad goes out.
Now, Eastern Michigan has to be careful because there's only 4 seconds,
4 seconds on the shot
clock.
clock, right? Spotsville will bring it in for the Eagles. Crowding in the lane, it goes to Njai. Hands it off to Spotsville, leaves it again, and that is it.
They didn't notice
They did not get the shot away, couldn't execute the play in time, and a turnover to Miami with 5:59 to go in the game.
I'm not sure they were even aware that it was at 4. The way that they ran that play made me think that maybe they had lost track of the shot clock there.
Under 6 minutes to go. 12-point ball game as Day Grant lobs it right of the key to Delonte Brown. Golson on him defensively. They clear out the right side of the lane. Delonte Brown to the basket, misses, and the rebound chased down by Precious Aya. Too strong off the glass.
Clock shot did not reset.
Deep 3 barely catches iron, and the rebound out to Jai for Eastern Michigan.
And again, not a good offensive possession really by Miami. They're not sharing the basketball like they were in the first half.
5:20 to go in the basketball game. Savicevic around the screen, keeps the dribble, finds Jai down low, and he'll go to the free throw line and have to make 2 as he is fouled. It'll go against Precious Aya. That'll be his 3rd, team's 8th. And Jai, who was 2 for 2 from the line, is going right back there as you see the body. Precious Aya got him on the back.
Yeah, Day Grant was going to make sure he didn't get the ball up to the rim as well.
5:14 to go. Can make it a 10-point ball game if he makes them both. He's 2 of 2 from the line, 10 points, and again, all here in the second half. Puts it up and in.
And again, this is starting to be danger time for Miami. This is basically a role reversal of what we saw in that first game when it was Eastern Michigan went up big and Miami cut into it. They couldn't quite get over the hump, but with still over 5 minutes to go, plenty of time for Eastern Michigan to get all the way back.
Second free throw on the way. This one is off the mark, and Aya with the rebound. And a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to Eastern Michigan. Good hustle by the Eagles to force the jump.
Yeah, good job. And that's a tough play because when you reach in to try and grab the basketball, you have to be careful to do it without fouling. And that time, a really good job by Rice to get in there against Precious Aya.
Eagles get it into Golson left side. Savicevic coming to get the basketball there with 15 to shoot. He'll back it out between the circles as we approach the 5-minute mark to go here in the ball game. Savicevic throws the ball away. Tried to go high-low down to Jai, and that one sails into the cheerleaders, and Miami will have the basketball just under 5 to go.
And that was a timing thing. If he would have released that pass, I don't know, maybe a half second to a second earlier, might have been able to complete it, but he was just a little bit late.
11-point lead for Miami. Day-Day Grant gives it out top to Precious Aya. Backdoor cut, Makai Larry leaving it, and it's thrown out of bounds. Got up in the air, nowhere to go, and another turnover for Miami will be their 8th of the ball game.
And again, Eastern Michigan with an opportunity to get it to single digits.
Savicevic across the timeline. 4.5 minutes, coming up on 4.5 minutes to go. Golson missed an open man down low. Spotsville curls off the screen, shot blocked, but there's Jai, and he scores and goes to the line for the and one. 13 points in the game now for Jai, and it is a 9-point ball game with the big man going to the line for the and one.
And right now, Miami does not have an answer for him underneath. He is getting anything that he wants down there, especially off of the offensive rebound, off of the offensive boards.
So the first free throw on the way, and the and one works. Jai has been the man here in the second half for the Eagles, and it is now an 8-point lead for Eastern Michigan. Pick and roll. Aya fakes, fires, scores, and gets the and one himself. Again, off of a pick and roll. Got another basket. Stems the tide for a moment. You see Makai Larry with a nice bounce pass.
And again, that time Eastern Michigan threw a third guy at him, but the patience of Aya to wait, get the pump fake, and then get him up. It wasn't an easy layup like he's had most of the time before, but a smart play by the sixth-year senior.
Aya at the free throw line for Miami for the and one, puts it up and misses that one. And Jai with the rebound. Jai playing with 4 fouls here in the ball game, and he has done a very nice job for Eastern Michigan. Savicevic, Jai sets the screen. Savicevic has the ball, and they leave it for Jai. Jai with a nice move to the hoop.
Yeah, a very similar play, a pick and roll. They just did it a little bit differently from underneath. But again, he drew the 2 defenders, and that left him wide open for the dunk.
17 seconds on the shot clock. Makai Larry left side, pull-up jumper is no good, and the rebound out to the Eagles. A 9-point lead can be cut into further here, as Savicevic will bring it out with under 3.5 minutes to go. Around the screen, pull up 3, off the mark, and the rebound by Aya. Nice box out by Precious Aya for the Redhawks. Ahead it goes to Kamari Williams. 3:15 to go in the ball game, and an 8-point Redhawk lead.
Yeah, if you're Miami, you do want to run clock, but you also want to stay in your offense.
Delonte Brown going to the basket, missing. Rebound, Precious Aya, and will have it. Redhawks have the basketball. Out of bounds, baseline right side to Aya. Facing up on Jai, who again has been playing here with 4 fouls as Day-Day Grant has the ball out between the circles. 10 to shoot for Miami. Spotsville on him defensively as he's back in the ball game. 7 to shoot. Day-Day Grant to the left baseline. Feeding out Kamari Williams. Open look at a 3 is no good. And Delonte Brown with a rebound, and he is fouled by Darian Spotsville. That'll be his second and the team's seventh. So now Miami will be at the free throw line with 2:42 to go.
Yeah, that could prove to be one of the biggest rebounds of the game for Miami, depending on what Delonte Brown can do at the free throw line. But the Redhawks just have not been able to get in an offensive flow here in the second half, and they've just been beaten on the boards on the defensive end. And credit Jai. I mean, he's had a tremendous second half, and you know, the first half really it was in parts of the second half too was Golson who was leading them, but it's really been the presence of Jai down low that's been huge here for the Eagles in the second half.
Well, Jai's done a nice job down low. 2.5 minutes to go. Miami, normally very good at the free throw line, has missed their last 2 opportunities. Jai with the basketball right of the key. He'll hand it off to Savicevic. Lost the handle, chases it down, goes around the screen, pick and roll. Rice stops, gives it to Rice. Left wing three is good. Rice, Kevin David Rice with 14 points in the ball game. And folks, it is a 5-point game. 2:07 to go.
Yeah, that shot was pure. I mean, we were sitting right behind him, and you could see that one was going in from the start.
Aya hands it off to Makai Larry. Out top, Delonte Brown will try the three and has the answer. Miami needed an answer. They got one from Delonte Brown, one of the seniors there, and it's back to an 8-point ball game. 1:44 to go.
Yeah, and he's had some huge shots this year, but very few as big as that one. Maybe the Northern Illinois game winner, that would be it.
Savicevic out top, Rice with a basketball, 19 to shoot, 90 seconds to go in this one. Rice driving, leaving it out top to Savicevic with 12 to shoot. They'll back it out and run the offense. Savicevic around the screen.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Eastern Michigan wasn't putting a little bit more pressure on the basketball with an 8-point deficit here and now closing in on a minute to go.
Lukongo into the game for Jai, who fouled out. 20 on the shot clock for Miami. Savicevic on Makai Larry out top, 14 to shoot. Redhawks going to run it down here. Aya on the right wing with the pass. He'll give it out to Day-Day Grant, and he walked with the basketball. Turnover against Miami as they came out to hedge on the screen. A little sidestep by Day-Day Grant, and he steps out of bounds with 59.3 to go. And an 8-point lead for Miami.
Yeah, and the credit to Congo, he's the one right there as he stepped out, as you mentioned, the hedge, and that forced Day-Day Grant to think about what he wanted to do. He didn't want to run into him, and he ended up traveling to get around him.
Golson comes into the game for a Congo, looking for the extra shooter. Clock rolls as Savicevic touches the basketball. Working to the left side, Rice had it stolen away on the pass to Larry. Then it's out of bounds. It'll belong to the Eagles as they'll get a fresh 30 on the shot clock. And a timeout taken by Eastern Michigan as Larry came up with the steal, but as he went down to the floor, you see.
And I'm surprised they didn't call a kick on that because it hit his, and I thought it hit his foot.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at it here.
Yeah.
You know, and again, under 2 minutes to go, under a minute, they can take a look at this to go as the pass.
Yeah, that's a kick.
That's a kick.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit it with his foot.
And they never blew the whistle until the ball went out of bounds right there. Now they're going to be looking to see who tipped it last.
It looked like that Spotsville, or that's Rice, excuse me. There's Larry with the basketball.
Now,
and does Spotsville touch it? You can't tell from that angle.
So right there is where he reaches for it.
Yeah.
And you could make a case maybe he tipped it down and went under Williams' hands. But they're going to keep it that way. But to me, that should have never been happened because it should have been a kick before that. Yeah.
So 51.3 seconds to go. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Eastern Michigan has 2 timeouts. Miami has 2 timeouts. Possession arrow favors the Miami Redhawks here. Eastern Michigan will have the basketball with 23 seconds to shoot.
And if nothing else, that maybe saved Miami a second or two for the time that it went underneath that. By not having the kick.
And they're going to take 3 seconds off the shot clock and reset it to 20 here.
Yep.
Spotsville will have the ball handed to him by Jeff Spideski, the official, and out front it comes to Savicevic. Olsen sets a screen to the right side. Now Nate Scott puts it on the deck, gives it off to Rice. He'll curl down the lane, and they throw it away. Everywhere, Coleman Lands will bring it in for Miami. And looking to get it in, and does to Makai Larry as it's tipped by Savicevic, and Larry will bring it up the floor, and a foul on Nate Scott. his second and the team's eighth, and it'll send Makai Larry to the free throw line. And not the guy that Eastern Michigan wants to send. He's 91% from the free throw line this season.
Yeah, second in the MAC in free throw shooting. It will probably, unless maybe he misses two here, and career as the best shooter Miami's ever had.
Yeah.
So
35.6 seconds to go, and again, a win secures the 7th seed for the Miami Redhawks. They'll play probably Kent State. Well, it would be Kent State, the number 2 seed, Thursday at around 4 o'clock. It'll be the third game of the 4 in Cleveland at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
And I tell you what, that tournament's going to be wide open.
Yeah, it is.
You know, you can go, I would at least to the top 5, and really even below that, anybody has a chance.
35 seconds to go. Rice has his three-pointer blocked by Kamari Williams, then reaches in and commits a foul. Kamari Williams has 3 blocks that didn't look like he even had a chance to get here tonight. And this is a thing of beauty.
And that was not only a block. I mean, he just
on the way
it.
down.
Yep.
Yeah. Took it away and then draws the foul. And Kamari Williams to the line. He'll shoot 1 and 1. He is 1 of 1 from the free throw line tonight.
And we've talked a lot about the freshmen of Eastern Michigan and how young they are. Here's a guy who's really coming into his own here late in the season, and just a sophomore. So he's got better days ahead. And I think, he's a guy that you can really build your team around going forward.
So back out to an 11-point lead, can make it 12 with 31 seconds to go. Free throw on the way and good. And that is 10 points in the game for Kamari Williams. 74-62 Miami. Savicevic across the timeline. Out top, Rice with a deep 3 straight away. It is off the mark. Williams with another rebound for Miami, and a foul reaching in on Spotsville. That'll be his 3rd and the team's 10th. And to the free throw line to shoot 2 is Kamari Williams. Stan Heath and his team will finish up the season at 10 and 21, 5 and 14 in conference play. First-year head coach with a bright future at Eastern Michigan. This is a young team that's just going to get better and better and better for Stan Heath.
Yeah, and if there's a guy who can do that, right? If he can take a team that's this young and build them up, it's a guy like Stan Heath who knows the MAC, he knows what's expected here, and they're going to definitely be a team to be reckoned with in the future.
3 seniors back onto the floor for Miami, and Eli McNamara, Precious Aya, and James Beck. And senior Makai Larry will go out, having scored 9 points tonight. Outstanding player for the Redhawks. And Williams makes them both. And now back into the game, replacing Kamari Williams. 22.8 seconds to go, and the lead is back out to 14 for the Miami Redhawks as Savicevic will let the ball roll toward half court and picked up. And he is fouled by Isaiah Coleman-Lands as Coleman-Lands commits his 3rd, and Savicevic will go to the free throw line, and Javen Etzler will come into the game for another senior, Isaiah Coleman-Lands, and Jack Owens will empty the bench as Javen Etzler, Curtis Harrison the 4th, Luca Eller, Mar Avance, and Will Stevens are already. Check that. Jackson Kenyon is going to come into the game, both walk-ons. Free throw by Savicevic is no good. Tell you what, the crowd, especially the student section, has given no clearance to Savicevic here tonight at all, as the seniors will go to the bench to a standing ovation here tonight. Delonte Brown cheering on the crowd. Derek Ballard Jr. into the game for Eastern Michigan for the final 21.5 seconds.
Yeah, you see Nate Scott and Spotsville going out too. The 2 seniors for Eastern Michigan, and it's a away game for them, but still their last game.
Yeah, still their last game. Yep. Savicevic hits the free throw. He's got 3 points for the Eagles. And up the floor comes Will Stevens with the basketball, and he will dribble it out. And you hear the crowd here at Millett Hall, the students cheering, "Thank you, seniors," and the clock will wind down. And Miami has paved their road to Cleveland here tonight with a 76-63 victory over the Eastern